listening to the new 101.7 The Truth, founded in partnership with Associated Bank. Your money works here. 101.7 FM, 1510 AM, WGKB Waukesha, and W269DL Milwaukee. A locally owned Good Karma brand station. This is your 101.7 The Truth News Update.
Hello, everyone. This is Rhea Riley with your news update. One parent pleads guilty and the other heads to trial for locking their children in a storage unit in Milwaukee. Asia Zelinsky and Charles Dupriest were charged with multiple felony counts of child neglect when police found 6 children under 10 years old, including a newborn, locked in a unit at Store Safe on 27th Street. The children were kept in the unit with no electricity or running water for about a month and a half. Felony charges against Zelinsky were dropped in a plea agreement. She pled guilty to 2 misdemeanor counts last week. Dupriest will stand trial today on 6 counts of child neglect and 1 count of possessing a gun as a felon. Another small Wisconsin community finds itself with land offers for an AI data center. This time it's a small village in Brown County. Cloverleaf Infrastructure wants to buy about 500 acres in Greenleaf. The developer is already offering some landowners as much as $2 million for their property. Cloverleaf says the project would create about 200 jobs and would not increase energy bills for residents. But some residents don't want to sell their homes and have environmental concerns. The Greenleaf Village Board will discuss the proposal at its Wednesday meeting. Another grocery store in Milwaukee closes at the end of the day today. The Aldi on North Hopkins near Sherman Boulevard and Custer Avenue will end operations because the company says it's experiencing slower foot traffic. The store is located in what is considered a food desert. Milwaukee County Board of Supervisors Chairman Marcelia Nicholson Bovell says this.
We commonly use the term food desert, and so we're declaring that we need to be better about the decisions that we make so that there are no inequities around access to food that tend to impact low-income and minority communities.
No one will lose their jobs as a result of the store closure. This has been your news update. Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris is next on the new 101.7 The Truth.
Bringing you his authentic perspectives on important topics.
They live in suburbs together. They live in the city together. They hang out together, all in the same family. We're the only idiots that fight because we want our voice to only be on one side. Like, does that even make any sense? And when the side loses, you lose everything. They, on the other hand, have a voice no matter what because somebody that looks like them is always in control.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point.
Well, it's just a skewed system.
Of course it is.
It's a lot of adjustment.
But answer my question, though. Should we let people go? Should we let people go? Like, let's just forget about bail altogether. And if your neighbor commits a homicide and kills people, if you kill people and they next to you and you just let them come back and live right next to you, they can live upstairs from you. Let them come in your house.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point. This is the best radio show in the state of Wisconsin. Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 101.7 The Truth and The Truth app.
Now, he's the mayor of the city of Milwaukee. He's a young man. Give him a chance. I only complain about things that I care about. What I want you to do is pretend like I'm in St. Louis. And all I'm asking the mayor and the Common Council president and the Common Council, show me.
Now, live from the American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue in the heart of downtown Milwaukee, here is Dr. Ken Harris.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. 833-212-1017 is the number. Yep, that's what I did. That's what I did. Boom, 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 boom. So, here's my issue. I'm going to just jump right in. Both feet first is Monday. 4 minutes after the hour. I got a bunch of things I want to talk about. I got sports coming up. I got, yeah. So rather than bother, I know y'all going to kill me. I got two Dr. Ken's truths today. But before I jump in, hopefully NYGP be calling us to talk about sports, because I'm too soon? Okay. All right. We're going to be talking about that. But I heard something on the radio today, and I just want to critique what was said. How long does it run?
6:40.
How long?
6 minutes and 40 seconds.
Okay, I ain't going to do the whole 6 minutes, but I want you to hear some of the things that Sherwin Hughes said toward the end of his show.
I wonder if I can find the statistics. I bet black officers are more likely to release white people from traffic stops with just a warning than they are other black people. I'll be willing to bet dollars to donuts. I'll be willing to bet that some black cops, because if somebody has tinted windows, you can't always see who's driving the vehicle. I'm going to try and find this information out, because they have to document the race of traffic stops. I'm going to do some digging. In fact, I'm going to make that my project for tonight. I'm going to see if there are differences when the officer is black and the motorist is white. What are those results? Because we know what the racial profiling results are when the drivers are black and Latino and the officer is white. Duh. But what about when the officer is black? And here's what I'm going to guess. Now, I don't know yet, because I don't even know where I'm going to find this data, but I bet you if it exists, I'm going to find it. I bet you if a black cop pulls over a vehicle, right, and they approach the vehicle, and the driver rolls the window down, and let's say the officer couldn't see, and the name when they run the plate is racially ambiguous. Like, Kyle Wallace. And let's say there's a white guy named Kyle Wallace. Because Kyle Wallace does not, shout out to Kyle Wallace, but there's no definitive race with a name like Kyle anything, really. All the Kyles I know has been white. But I bet you that black cop, when he sees he pulled over somebody white, I bet you that black cop apologizes. Oh, no, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to pull you over, sir. Had I known, please don't report it to my supervisor. Ooh, Dr. King gonna be mad at me. I bet Dr. King let all the white people go.
All right, so
he'll be a white man who fits
the
the description of someone who just
First of all, no
murdered
kidding
16
aside,
people.
I'm offended. I'm offended because this is something that goes out into the annals of time, the annals of the internet, never to be deleted. So when we say things about people and then people take it and agree with it, myth becomes fact. And so some of the oddities, that's a lie. Downright nonsense that Sherwin Hughes was spouting this morning makes no sense. I can say that because I started my career in District 6, which is a predominantly white police district on the south side of Milwaukee, where I was only one of 2 black officers on the overnight shift when I got there in fall 1993. So that's one. He said some other things that struck me the wrong way. Not that I'm sensitive, but that it's just out and out wrong. He goes on, and if you want, go back, listen to Sherwin Hughes. He's on 101.7 The Truth from 9 a.m. till noon, Monday through Friday, the Sherwin Hughes Show. So one of the things that disturbs me about it is the fact that he used something like the 80-20 rule, like 20% of the cops are good and 80% are bad. Well, that's offensive. That's offensive because you don't know the job that police officers do. Most people don't. Their families know, but you don't. So to make a blanket statement like that is insulting. It is. It's just insulting. It's insulting to me. It's insulting to the profession. And don't ever tell me that you're taking it too seriously. When I'm offended, I take it as seriously as I like. That's offensive. You've never raised your hand. You've never sworn to save people and protect people that you don't even know. In some cases, and we just had a black police officer last year die for it. So how dare you say that 20% are good and 80% are there because they got beat up in high school or some nonsense like that? That's insulting. And I figure if you could say that publicly, I could respond publicly. It's just insulting. Now, I'm not bothered by it. I'm speaking up for those men and women who do what you won't do, you can't do, and you would never do. And that's stand up for somebody else that's smaller than you. Words are great, but you didn't walk the walk, so don't talk the talk. It's in a long line of things I've heard all weekend that disturb me and that bother me. And I know it's talk radio. And I'm not mad at Sherwood. That's my dude, just so y'all know. I ain't mad at him, but sometimes there's some things when you don't know about it, let it go. When you don't know what you're talking about, shut up. Because then it becomes bigger than life. You make it hard when people go to work and come home and have families and kids and trying to survive and doing things, and you insult their integrity. You insult the hard work that they do. And yes, they're bad cops, just like they're bad in every single profession known to man. Some criminal. See, the bottom line is somebody just, it comes down to the point of, it's not, watch this, it's not how I feel, it's what I'm saying. So what I want you to do is not dictate to me how I feel based on what I'm saying. Don't make that mistake. I'm taking up for the police officers who do a great job each and every day. The ones that are bad, and if they commit crimes, need to go to jail or get fired. I've always said that. But when you generalize about cops and say 20% of them are good and 80% of them got beat up by some, like that makes no sense. Or snickering, oh, you let white people go and you let it. That's irrelevant. Because I've worked in districts where it was predominantly black in District 7, and I've worked in District 6 where it's predominantly white. And I didn't treat anybody any different or give anybody a break or a warning than I would at any place or any time, any race or any gender. Why is that? Because traffic stops are usually where cops get killed. Traffic stops are usually where cops get guns and drugs and illegal activity. So you might want to do some research. And by the way, that's a recent phenomenon that they start tracking races of the people you pull over. 9 times out of 10, you can't see the race of a person. The odds are with you because you're in a predominantly white or predominantly black or predominantly Hispanic or Asian neighborhood. But even then, it can change. But it's unfortunate because we have so many things that are going on in the city of Milwaukee. Somebody made a comment in the YouTube chat. Who else runs towards bullets? Who else runs towards bombs? People screaming for help? We had our own drama this weekend. And everybody's complaining about Renee. This city has so much pain. Sirens, candlelight vigils, I'm tired of them.
I watched protesters in Milwaukee fill the streets about the death of a woman in another state and in another city. Shot by a police officer. Her life matters. Her death deserves attention. No argument there. But isn't it ironic? People in Milwaukee march for a tragedy that happened in another city when 2-3 men were shot, killed here Friday, Saturday, Sunday, families shattered, lives erased from zip codes. Where are the crowds? No megaphone, no screaming, no hollering, no media, none of them handmade signs, no urgency, no nothing. Just another weekend in Milwaukee. And it's the silence that bothers me. And no, I'm not mad at Sherwin, so get over yourself. It's just indifference that we all have. But what it tells me is which lives spark action, which lives are expected to absorb their own pain. Be quiet. Yeah, somebody died in Milwaukee. Go somewhere, sit down, shut up. It tells us that deaths are political and which deaths are routine. It tells us whose suffering is considered a national emergency where we got to scream and holler and sue the federal government, and whose suffering is treated like background white noise. And some tragedies are easier to protest than others. It's easier to protest pain that doesn't require you to be there. You're in no proximity to Minnesota. You can scream and holler your head off. It's easy to march where you'll be affirmed and not challenged, but that only shows up when it's comfortable. That's not a protest, that's a performance. We don't need people like politicians who can quote headlines and go on TV. We need people who can walk our blocks. Because if you can organize for Minneapolis, you can organize for Milwaukee. If you can shout for her, then you can shout for them who died over the weekend. If you can feel her pain, why can't you feel ours? Unless the issue is not compassion. Because it's easier to mourn somebody whose story fits a clean narrative by the media. Oh, she's a woman, and she has children, and she's driving her car, and she's protesting. It's hard to mourn somebody whose life is complicated. Somebody who didn't make the news in the right way. Someone who didn't die in a way that felt morally simple. They died as a hero at the hands of law enforcement. The problem is grief isn't convenient and it can't be curated. And no, I'm not asking anybody to stop caring about Minneapolis. Milwaukee is not a footnote to other cities' tragedies. Milwaukee is a living community with its own funerals. You can see it every weekend if you drive up Fond du Lac. It's its own broken families, unfinished prayers in every corner of the city. And when local white people show up for distant pain in another state and another city and ignore local suffering, the message is clear. We see hurt, we just don't see yours. And let me say this again that I've said for the last 5 years. Black people didn't ask white people to be their ally. Y'all love standing with the so-called oppressed as long as they don't have to live among the oppressed. They like speaking for communities that's not even yours as long as you don't have to listen to them. And you love solidarity. No long-term commitment. We don't need your posters. We don't need your hashtags. We don't need your outrage. You know the names of the 3 guys that died over the weekend? You know their stories? Black people in Milwaukee have buried too many sons and daughters to be invisible. Black Milwaukee has cried too many tears to be overlooked. But I guess we've always known what white Milwaukee has always shown. Black Milwaukee really isn't worth public grief. And to my white brothers and sisters who actually care, and I know there are many of you because I know many of you, and many of you do. This is not condemnation. You have to remember the measure of solidarity is not in a march. It's who you remember when ain't nobody watching. And to the families who lost loved ones this weekend, let me be clear. Your grief is no less than anybody in Minnesota. Your sons are no less valuable and your daughters no less worthy. Your story deserves a crowd just like they had in Milwaukee for some woman in Minnesota. Truth Nation is your crowd today. And I am choosing to say what silence has been hiding. So if we can gather in Minneapolis, we can gather in Milwaukee. We can cry for her, we can cry for them. If we can care for Minneapolis, we can care for Milwaukee. But until every life is grieved with equal urgency, something's uneven. Your compassion is incomplete. And Milwaukee will get, and will continue to get, what it always gets from white citizens. Selective outrage.
And that is Dr. Ken's Truth on the new 1017 The Truth. Breaking down the issues that shape our city and our future.
Another function of white supremacy, don't teach black people stuff, because if you give us a little bit of knowledge, we'll invent something totally new. That's why it was illegal to teach slaves to read, because if we could read, then we could write. And if we could write, we could communicate. And if we could communicate, we could plan. And if we could plan, we could strategize. And if we can plan and write and read and communicate and strategize, we could overthrow white supremacy, because they've always known how fragile it is.
It's The Truth with Sherwin Hughes, weekdays from 9 to noon.
Our children deserve a real chance to make it in life, and a good education is a passport to opportunity. At City Ford Collective, we're working to make sure there's a great Milwaukee school for every Milwaukee family, because more good options lead to better outcomes. And who doesn't want that? Together, we can give every child the foundation they need to thrive, and a stronger future for kids means a stronger future for Milwaukee. To learn more about our mission, visit us at cityfordcollective.org. That's cityfordcollective.org.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance, because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 10 and 35%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Host an unforgettable outing and create special memories with your crew at a Milwaukee Bucks game. Groups of 10 or more can score ticket savings, block seating, and take part in special activities on game days. Showcase your team's talents on center court, score a high five from the pros, and more. There are great options for groups of all sizes. Start planning your ultimate Bucks basketball game day experience today at bucks.com/groups. That's bucks.com/groups.
You served behind the desk.
You served in combat.
You did 4 years and got out.
You were drafted.
You gave 20 years.
You gave exactly what your country needed.
And so did you.
When you raised your hand and swore an oath to your country, when you put your name on a dotted line, you became part of only 1% of Americans who did the same. You are a veteran.
You are a veteran.
You are a veteran. Because no matter when, where, or how you served, you made a sacrifice for your country, and you deserve support.
If you're struggling with life after service, don't wait. Reach out.
Reach out to a loved one, to a fellow veteran, to VA.
Find resources at va.gov/reach.
Brought to you by the United States Department of Veterans Affairs and the Ad Council.
It's Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Are you really, really, really? Or am I dreaming? Are you really, really, really? Or am I dreaming?
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. 833-212-1017 is the number. You have to mark your calendar. Tickets are on sale right now. Visit 1017thetruth.com to join us on Friday, February 20th for the second annual Truth Community Awards hosted by Homer Blow and Bailey Coleman, celebrating individuals making a real difference in our community. Truth Community Awards is sponsored by Milwaukee College Prep, the Milwaukee Bucks, Gruber, Law Offices, Steinhoffels, Cousin Subs, and 3rd Street Market Hall. Celebrate with us, right? That'll be Friday, February 20th, 5:30 p.m. till 8 at Venue 3 here in the 3rd Street Market Hall. Don't miss out on the best community awards event in the entire year during Black History Month. 833-212-1017 is the number. You got anything to say? Anybody got anything to offer? Because I'm tired. I'm tired. Like, at some point, when you're done complaining about Trump and they get you to vote again, we're still in the same spot. Trump's administration is already doing dumb stuff, suing the Fed chairman for stuff like that. None of that matters when you got drama going on right here in the city of Milwaukee and people are spending their time on Minneapolis nonsense. Why aren't we protesting homicides in the city? Why aren't we literally protesting? If you really want to stop reckless driving, protest in the street and block the street. Now can't nobody go. Nah, we're not going to do that. And don't get this twisted that I'm mad at Sherwin, because I'm not. Or I'm upset or something's going on. I'm not. I'm speaking up because I have a voice. I have all of Spotify and TuneIn and wherever the heck, Apple Podcasts, and it's going to be all over. Because at some point, we need to police our own city. I'm just tired. The woman should have just got out the car, and none of this would have happened. Whether the cops were right or wrong, obey their orders. That's all. Stepped on the gas. Was she probably trying to run him over? I would have to say, in my professional opinion, no. He was standing in front of the car, so he fired. You can't say, well, he fired one bullet, but the second and the third, you don't know which one killed her. Number one. Number two, let the professionals do that. Worry about here. I'm just not up for nonsense today. I'm just saying. That one guy, you're on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. How are you?
Hey, Dr. Ken. Boy, I've been under a rock. I'm just recently finding out about these shootings. Well, I've been at work, so I don't know about other people. But, yeah, it's a lot of, I don't care much about it. It's just another stupid thing that happens. There's so many stupid people now. One thing's for sure, cop or no cop. If there's armed men telling me to get out of the car, I'm going to get out of the car.
Well, we can't lower it to what it's not. They were law enforcement officers giving her clear, straightforward directions. Get out the car.
Well, then she's stupid in that part. Then.
Well, no, don't call her stupid because she lost her life. She's not stupid. Now, come on. At least show some dignity and have some doggone humanity. Now, come on.
I'd be pretty stupid if people have guns on me and I don't get out. Cop or no cop. It could be a thug. I'm like, all right, man, it ain't worth my life. Go ahead, have the car.
That I can get with.
It didn't have to come to that.
That I can get with, but don't disparage a dead woman.
Yeah, my apologies. It's just that, my goodness, when's it going to stop?
It's going to stop when people act in a way where you don't need as many police. Until they do, this is what we got.
Like it's not even about color anymore. It's just people are just dropping dead.
Well, it's always about color. This is just me speaking. There's absolutely nothing wrong about being prideful for who you are. I don't care.
Huh. Well, thanks for taking my call, Dr. Ken.
All right.
We can talk about it.
Take care.
Much more I can say.
All right, have a good one.
You too.
Good hearing from you. 833-212-1017 is the number. Quanda, the answer to your question is yes, but I got to send you an email for the person you need to contact so they can take care of that. Donna said, I've never agreed with you more. We need to stand up for our own community, our own city. Yes, we do. Fawn said they don't care about that woman or ICE. They protesting because they hate Trump. Obama deported more people than ICE than Trump. They didn't hate ICE then. It's their hate for Trump, especially white liberal women. Okay. George said, Sherwin thinks he's a comedian. Nobody's bothered. I'm not bothered by what Sherwin says. George said, ain't no fun when the rabbit's got the gun. You say crazy stuff all the time. George, you don't like me. He didn't say anything about me, so I'm not bothered. And watch this. I got my own gun. See the microphone? Right here. That's my gun. What are you talking about? What are you talking about, George? What? 833-212-1017 is the number. When we come back, I got to check the YouTube chat. It kind of blew up. I wonder why. And now with 1017 The Truth Traffic, here's Debbie Lazaga.
Westbound 894 is going to be slow out of the Mitchell interchange all the way past Loomis to about 58th or 51st Street. Then we've got southbound on the bypass, heavy from Beloit Road down into the Hale interchange. Westbound 94, watch for delays from about 25th Street all the way to about Mitchell Boulevard. On the eastbound side, seeing a little bit of a pocket of heavy traffic right past Barker Road, and then again from 84th Street almost to Hawley Road. Southbound 43 slow from North Avenue down through the Marquette and over the high-rise bridge. And check the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Tonight, increasing clouds, a low of 32. Then tomorrow, a slight chance for rain, partly cloudy skies with a high of 45. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 1017 The Truth.
I slept in a lot of different rooms, different beds, but none of them really felt like mine. I spent 14 years in foster care, mostly in group homes. And I never had much left because I always had to be ready to move. Why get things if you just have to let them go?
There are more than 100,000 children in foster care waiting to be adopted. The Dave Thomas Foundation for Adoption is working to help find them a forever family and a permanent home of their own.
Now I have my own room with walls that tell my story. I love hanging out in here. I play dress up with my sisters and I sing and make videos. But the best part, knowing I'll always have a place to go and a family that loves and supports me.
If you have room in your home or your heart, see how you can help at davethomasfoundation.org.
Many of our most important memories are made at school. But for children like Victoria, the classroom can be a place of fear and isolation. She wore a bandage over her cleft every day, too shy to speak, too afraid to smile. Everything changed after one life-transforming surgery made possible by Smile Train. Today, Victoria's smile lights up her classroom, a symbol of confidence, connection, and new beginnings. Due to stigma, children with untreated clefts often miss out on school entirely. But thanks to Smile Train, students like Victoria are stepping into the classroom, raising their hands, and finding their voice. Smile Train partners with local experts to support with free cleft surgeries and other comprehensive care, empowering children to thrive in school and in life. Let's help every child walk into the classroom with confidence. Visit smiletrain.org/learn.
Day one, diagnosis day, the hardest day, the day you hear,
I'm sorry, this is a type of blood cancer.
But day one is just one day. At the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, we are here to help you move past day one.
On day 45, I discovered an online community who shared great tips for in-treatment care.
I missed a lot of school during treatment, and LLS helped me keep up.
We are here for you. We exist for everyone fighting leukemia, lymphoma, myeloma, and other types of blood cancer.
On day 185, LLS helped me file my insurance claims properly.
Day 5,840 and counting, and I'm still in remission.
To learn more and get help on day 1, day 2, day 983, or any day, please visit LLS.org or call 1-800-955-4572. That's LLS.org, 1-800-955-4572.
This Associated Bank Sports Update on 101.7 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Nazir Spencer. The Packers lose another heartbreaker against their division rivals, the Chicago Bears. Packers lost 31-27 in the wild card while being up 21-3 at one point. Head coach Matt LaFleur was asked if he wants to be the coach moving forward.
I love this place. I love the people. I love our players, the locker room, everybody in our organization. I mean, this is a unique place.
Packers offseason begins now as the Bears move on to host the Los Angeles Rams in the divisional round. The Milwaukee Bucks lose to the Nuggets 108-104 without Nikola Jokic. Doc Rivers after the game.
Think about the layups we missed. I mean, Scoot misses a point-blank layup. Kuz misses a point-blank layup. Those are all in the last 4 minutes.
The next game is tomorrow against the Timberwolves. Badger basketball beats number 2 Michigan in Ann Arbor this weekend, causing shock throughout the national standings. The next game is tomorrow against Minnesota. This Sports Update brought to you by Associated Bank, proudly supporting your hometown teams. Member FDIC.
This is Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 101.7 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Be my word.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. 833-212-1017 is the number. Hey, what's up? Study Hall is in full effect. Hey, what's up, Quanda, SE? Let's see. Ronnie Ray Real. Sir John said, come on, Dr. Ken, why you ain't rocking a Bears hat or jersey? You from the south side of Chicago or maybe Pecan? Somewhere. That's a like central Illinois. I don't even want to call it a town. Yeah. Anyway, let me see. That one guy he called EVC. Dude said, Bear down. I don't know if is EVC male or female? I don't know. Good afternoon, bear down. Wow. Quanda said I knew it was coming. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. I've been stopped by a few black officers and they treated me right. Let me help people. No, let me not say that because that's condescending. Let me remind people that your experience with the police in Milwaukee is just that. You can't base an opinion about an entire, 2,000 people that work and live in Milwaukee and work for the police department, both sworn and unsworn, and say your interaction with less than, what's 10%? 200? You haven't had contact with 200 cops or 200, maybe 1%? Maybe like 20 people in your life? And base your opinion on all of them? White people do it to black people like that all the time. Black people do it about white people all the time. Hispanic, Asian, male, female, dating, boyfriend, girlfriend. We do it all the time as if our experience is a lifetime of we know it all. And we really don't. Have no clue. And let me just correct this and put on my academic professor hat. The Pareto principle is a Pareto principle as it relates to economics. It has absolutely nothing to do with anything else or any other use. It's the 80-20 rule. The 80-20 rule is the Pareto principle. Read it. It has to do with economics. It ain't got nothing to do with 20% of the people doing 80% of the work and all these other nonsensical things that we use. 20% of cops are good and 80% got beat up. It has absolutely nothing to do with it. So stop using it. Stop. You're going to hurt yourself. Stop it. Just stop it. Melody said, you need to be, this was so inappropriate, you deserve that he reacts his way just wrong. Wow, that kid, you sound pretty sensitive for not being sensitive. Don't mistake passion and high energy for being sensitive. In other words, Andrew, don't transfer your foibles to me. Because that's what we do. Oh, if I reacted like that way, I'd be mad, so they must be mad. No, I'm challenging, I hope. And that passive-aggressive nonsense you were writing, I would prefer you just tell me stop being so sensitive and then I can address it. EVC said, how does he know what white officers do to Hispanic people? Why black people always talk about and know what happens with Hispanic people, but I never hear Hispanic people worried about that. Amazing. Honestly, do you want my honest answers to that? Zach, should I give an honest answer to that? Hispanic people don't care about black people. Bruh. They just don't care. I ain't got a problem with it. Most of the time, they don't like us. I got a problem with it. I have no problem with it. I'm just saying. Kwanda say real talk. Sherwin said, living rent free. Who is? You ain't. Melody said, I support our police force. I have been helped and arrested. Okay. TMI. I have always been treated with respect. I have family and friends on the force. Okay. Kwanda said, I'm moving back. I'm moving to the back of the class now. Yeah, but she took her popcorn with her. Let's see. Police union says 1% are bad apples, and that doesn't warrant reform. Do you think that is true? Probably. But you know what it warrants? Investigations, internal affairs investigations, criminal investigations, firings in jail. There you go. There you go. It's really simple. Kwanda said, right, EVC, not everyone comprehends simple facts and logic. Wow. I'm not going to say what Crystal said about Sherwin. I'm going to let that go. Andrew said, I'm not dictating anything to anyone, just saying he sounds pretty bothered while insisting he's not bothered. He can feel however he wants, though, no question. Well, then why did you question it? And is Sherwin in here throwing little barbs and little statements? It's like, y'all silly. Kwanda says, Sherwin, let me find out you've been sitting waiting for 4 o'clock just to tune in, probably with your shirt off. Ooh, that is you just ruined. You just put a sight in my mind that just, I almost threw up in my mouth. Ooh. 833-212-1017 is the number. Brian, before we go to break. Brian, what's going on, Brian?
What's going on, man? Hey, Sean was just trying to make jokes, man. That's all he was doing. He wasn't trying to
time out. I'm not a 2-year-old. Nobody has to explain what Sherwin did. I get it. I'm just responding to what he said. I didn't say I was mad at Sherwin and I was going to kill him and beat him up. Like, relax.
Yeah.
Relax.
So, yeah, I mean, yeah, you did. However, you were offended. You said yourself that you were offended.
I'm offended for the police officers that have nothing to do with this and that are out there doing their job and doing a job that nobody else would do, including him.
Yeah, well, we don't know that, but
you do know that. Is Sherwin a cop? Time out. Is Sherwin a cop? He didn't have 50-something years to become a cop. He never became a cop, so he's not a cop. I don't know what to say to that.
We understand that, but there are a whole lot of variables to being a cop. There's a whole lot of variables if the current cop.
How you know?
Et cetera.
How you know?
Because I have people that are in law enforcement.
Are you in law enforcement?
And I'm not in law enforcement anymore.
I'm
60-some years old.
You could be 60-something in law enforcement. What are you talking about? Anyway.
But the bottom line is that we know how certain cultures are and certain people act in the police force. He was just making fun of it. That's all he was doing.
No, he wasn't. He made comments that were untrue. And he made assumptions that were untrue.
Well, some assumptions are true for certain cops, for certain people. It's just
Stop trying to mitigate what I'm saying.
All I'm saying
I
is
said that it was wrong. He wasn't a cop. You're not a cop. You don't teach it. You have no statistics. You have no information. What are you talking about?
But when you're experiencing those things with these people, you know how they are. You see what I mean?
You're not. No, you don't.
I mean, life.
No, you don't.
Yes,
I don't care if you live with a cop. You don't know Jack. You don't know how it feels to be a police officer.
You know plenty about it.
Beat it, Brian.
You know plenty about it. You know plenty about it.
Beat it,
Brian. Assumption is based on how you live your life.
Beat it, Brian.
Now, about that Minnesota, Minnesota thing.
Yes, sir.
The lady was only going about probably 2 miles an hour. We both know 2 miles an hour is not going. It's not a threat to your life. 2 miles an hour is not something that
she was doing more than 2 miles an hour, but anyway.
So, unless that cop was about to lay down in front of her tire, he was not in life and death situation.
Both of them are wrong. You can't isolate the whole incident by just one person shooting a gun. You got to look at both. They were both wrong. Had she simply got out the car, it'd be a non-issue. And had he not stood in front of the car, it'd be a non-issue. But that's not what happened.
But at the end of the day, do you think humanity has anything to do with ICE? Because it couldn't have. How can a man? I can't even call him a man now.
Don't do that because you can't. No, don't be
decision to shoot a woman in the face.
If you go into
that's plain evil and wrong.
Okay,
that is evil and wrong.
That's your opinion.
At the end of the day,
that's your opinion.
And the beginning of all day, that's just evil and wrong.
That's your opinion.
Wrong. You don't shoot a female. Period.
And that's how I know. And that's how I know that you have never been with, done the job, or understand anything about being a police officer.
Law enforcement needs to change.
You have no idea what you're talking about, Brian. You have just confirmed that you don't know anything about what you're talking about.
Law enforcement
you don't know what you're talking about.
They have no empathy.
Then move out.
Law enforcement needs to learn empathy. They need to learn empathy and compassion and common sense.
Okay.
That they do not have.
And neither do you.
Bruh. I have plenty of it.
Well, you can't say that. See what I'm saying? I can't say that, and you can't say it either. Man, you can't say that about a third party. Come on.
Would you shoot a 12-year-old girl in the face?
If a 12-year-old girl pointed a gun at me, why don't you stop talking and let me answer the question? Why don't you?
In a car with
okay, I'm gonna put Brian on hold because Brian asked me a question, but he won't. He won't let me answer the question. Are you done talking, Brian? Good Lord, it's out of control. It's Monday. It's out of control. If you are a 12-year-old, you ask me, but I'm going to ask you. If a 12-year-old, boy or girl, gets a gun, it's loaded, and they point the gun at you to pull the trigger, are you going to let them shoot you? And if you have a weapon, are you going to shoot back? You know who can answer that question? Nobody but you. And if you haven't had any training, you can only answer that question in the moment. I was having a discussion with somebody before we go to break, and they were arguing about how this person in the military got in this, and they got into an instance, and everybody was shooting, and they froze. That one person doesn't represent the vast majority of veterans and people in the military. So why would I hold that up as a standard for people shooting somebody or not shooting somebody? Every instance is different. Every set of facts is different, and every person is different. I'm comfortable in saying the majority of law enforcement officers, if they're in a uniform with a badge and a gun, and a 12-year-old points a gun at them, they're probably going to shoot them. I would put that in the 90th percentile. You a shot. Because there's certain things you trigger in a police officer when you do certain things. And when we come back, I'm going to talk about the three things. I'm going to remind you of the three things that you have to do in order for a police officer to use deadly force. Brian, he probably still talking. I know he is.
Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris returns after this on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Where's that same devastation? Where's that same anger? Where's that same hurt for other American citizens who lost their lives to guns? When we talk about the loss of life here in America, if all lives matter, y'all got to start acting like all lives matter. I feel bad for any loss of life because it's not fair and it's not right for anybody to take somebody's life. That's not what we're put on this earth to do. I hate the fact that in this country that we live in, that violence is so rampant. Violence is the norm.
Download the new 1017 The Truth app now. Milwaukee Black Talk. 1017 The Truth.
The Humane Animal Welfare Society, HAWS, believes in keeping pets healthy and families together. No one should have to choose between rent and veterinary care. The Wellness Clinic at Hawes Animal Shelter in Waukesha offers important basics of dog and cat care to our community. Pet owners can schedule general exams, sick visits, receive vaccinations, even get preventatives and nail trims. Appointments are available weekdays and can be scheduled by calling 262-542-8852. Contact Hawes of Waukesha today for your pet's care.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on where you purchase insurance and by state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Real talent is defined by what people can do, not where they learn to do it. So by stopping at the education section of a resume, you might throw away the perfect hire. You might miss someone who has valuable skills to offer to help your business thrive right now and in the future. Because the truth is this: Skills First Hiring helps you see talent others miss, like more than 70 million stars, skilled through alternative routes. When you let their story unfold, you gain a competitive advantage. Because hiring managers who start with skills are 60% more likely to find a successful hire. See the real person. Complete. See what others miss. Hire skills first. Learn why it's a competitive advantage at tearthepaperceiling.org. Brought to you by Opportunity at Work and the Ad Council.
If you've been injured, let our team help get you back in the game. Gruber Law Offices, a proud partner of the Milwaukee Bucks. Gruber Law Offices, one call, that's all.
When you're high, you feel different. Pretty obvious, right? You think different, talk different, but if you feel different, you drive different. So if you're high, just don't drive. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
More of Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris is next on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Y'all see how Brian beat me up? He hurt my feelings. You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris, 833-212-1017. Wow. Excuse me, this is my show. Stop talking to Sherwin. They didn't stop talking to me and start talking to Sherwin. Sherwin, get out of my chat. Get out of my chat. 833-212-1017 is the number. Bottom line is this. For a police officer to use deadly force, he needs three things to be present in context in the incident, not necessarily in that order, in order for them to use deadly force. First of all, you need a weapon. What is a weapon? Well, a weapon is any instrumentality that, when used, can cause great bodily harm or death. An ink pen is an ink pen till I stab you in the neck, hit you in the carotid, and you bleed to death. Your hands. You slap, give a high five, fist bump, hug, squeeze until you're choking me around the neck. Then they become a weapon. So you have to have a weapon. You have to have intent. And you have to have target acquisition. So if I look at you and I have a weapon in my hand and I move toward you, that's intent. If I point it at you, that's intent. If I tell you, Zech, I'm going to shoot you, that's intent. When those three things are present, a law enforcement officer doesn't have to wait. Well, let me see if he's going to use it. Let him fire the first shot first. They don't have to wait. Here's the other side of that. When you've had so much training over and over and over and over and over and over and over, when you see those three things, you're trained to fire to stop the threat. It's automatic 99% of the time. People that freeze weren't going to shoot anyway. People that freeze, something interrupted from the time their brain said gun, knife, or help, or they're getting choked, and them accessing their weapon, their firearm, and using it. So when we talk about 3 shots were fired, 3 shots weren't fired like bang, wait 5 seconds, bang, wait 5 seconds, bang. It was boom, boom, boom. And you heard it. Boom, boom, boom. Like, take a step back, let the emotion go, and let the investigators look through the incident, see what happened. I'm 99% sure they're going to tell, while they may not prosecute him, that officer was wrong. Him walking in front of the car was officer-created jeopardy. On the flip side, she should have just cut the car off and got out the car. Like, we'll know next time. And that's pretty much it. And I guess I shouldn't say the word trigger because that sounds negative. But the bottom line is you can activate things that can go bad for you. You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. Top 5 at 5 up next.
This is 101.7 The Truth's Kyle Wallace, and I am Milwaukee. I take great pride in being a 414 boy and representing the city that I love. The great memories I have of going to Northtown Cinema to see movies with family and friends, to going to Capitol Court to see the Black Santa Claus, this city has helped shape me into the man that I am today, and I pledge to utilize my voice as a way to advocate for you in our community. Join the home of Milwaukee's realest conversations where you can speak your truth. We are the award-winning 101.7 The Truth. Milwaukee Black Talk.
The pulse of the Milwaukee Bucks, straight from a Bucks legend.
Can't get it off. Marcus Johnson will, though. Can't leave him alone for a 12.
Tap into Here District with Marcus Johnson on Bucks Plus. Marcus and his son Chris offer a weekly beat on Bucks basketball. Get your questions answered and hear from the biggest names in basketball. Find Here District with Marcus Johnson at bucks.com/plus on the Bucks app or wherever you get your podcasts.
We asked parents who adopted teens to share their journey.
There are many times I thought, I can't do this. I mean, what parent isn't worried about? What am I not doing right? What am I not doing enough? And then I realized, wait, that's being a parent.
Don't worry about being perfect. I've had around 3 other mother figures in my life, but only one of them has taught me how a mother loves.
The greatest reward for me is he makes me better every day.
I would tell a family considering adopting a teenager that teenager, whoever it is, needs you, and they need what you have to offer.
Taylor's given me hope. He's our son, and that is what he will always be.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org to learn more. A message brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
Hi, I'm Vanessa Williams, and I want to share with you the role that diabetes has had in my family. I lost my grandmother at the early age of 64 due to complications with diabetes. She was warm, generous, and a constant encouragement for me to follow my heart. Did you know that African Americans experience chronic kidney disease at a rate that's 25% higher than white Americans? And we're almost 4 times more likely to develop kidney failure. Diabetes and high blood pressure are leading causes of kidney disease, which can result in kidney failure, needing dialysis, or a kidney transplant. The good news is that you have the power to check out how well your kidneys are doing and learn ways to prevent them from failing. So go to your doctor and get yourself checked out. Visit linkmylovetv.org to learn more. Get the facts, get checked, and get healthy.
You are listening to the home of Milwaukee's realest conversations. 1017 FM, 1510 AM WGKB Waukesha and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station. This is your 1017 The Truth News Update.
Hello, everyone. This is Rhea Riley with your news update. One parent pleads guilty and the other heads to trial for locking their children in a storage unit in Milwaukee. Asia Zelinsky and Charles Dupriest were charged with multiple felony counts of child neglect when police found 6 children under 10 years old, including a newborn, locked in a unit at Store Safe on 27th Street. The children were kept in the unit with no electricity or running water for about a month and a half. Felony charges against Zelinsky were dropped in a plea agreement. She pled guilty to 2 misdemeanor counts last week. Dupriest will stand trial today on 6 counts of child neglect and 1 count of possessing a gun as a felon. Another small Wisconsin community finds itself with land offers for an AI data center. This time it's a small village in Brown County. Cloverleaf Infrastructure wants to buy about 500 acres in Greenleaf. The developer is already offering some landowners as much as $2 million for their property. Cloverleaf says the project would create about 200 jobs and would not increase energy bills for residents. But some residents don't want to sell their homes and have environmental concerns. The Greenleaf Village Board will discuss the proposal at its Wednesday meeting. Another grocery store in Milwaukee closes at the end of the day today. The Aldi on North Hopkins near Sherman Boulevard and Custer Avenue will end operations because the company says it's experiencing slower foot traffic. The store is located in what is considered a food desert. Milwaukee County Board of Supervisors Chairman Marcelia Nicholson Bovell says this.
We commonly use the term food desert, and so we're declaring that we need to be better about the decisions that we make so that there are no inequities around access to food that tend to impact low-income and minority communities.
No one will lose their jobs as a result of the store closure. This has been your news update. Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris continues on the new 1017 The Truth.
Bringing you his authentic perspectives on important topics.
They live in suburbs together. They live in the city together. They hang out together, all in the same family. We're the only idiots that fight because we want our voice to only be on one side. Like, does that even make any sense? And when the side loses, you lose everything. They, on the other hand, have a voice no matter what because somebody that looks like them is always in control.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point.
Well, it's just a skewed system.
Of course it is.
It's a lot of judgment.
But answer my question, though. Should we let people go? Should we let people go? Like, let's just forget about bail altogether. And if your neighbor commits a homicide and kills people, if you kill people and they next to you and you just let them come back and live right next to you, they can live upstairs from you. Let them come in your house.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point. This is the best radio show in the state of Wisconsin. Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth and The Truth app.
Now, he's the mayor of the city of Milwaukee. He's a young man. Give him a chance. I only complain about things that I care about. What I want you to do is pretend like I'm in St. Louis. And all I'm asking the mayor and the Common Council president and the Common Council, show me.
Now, live from the American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue in the heart of downtown Milwaukee, here is Dr. Ken Harris.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. 833-212-1017 is the number. Brian and Sherwin got me so riled up. I'm kidding. I need somebody to blame. Riled up today that I forgot to tell you the weather. 4 minutes after the hour. I want to say thank you to Rhea Riley for the news. It's 41 degrees, clear night. A low of 25. Woo! Low of 25. 25. There's one more playoff game tonight. The Steelers play. So I might like try to find a spot and go watch the Steelers tonight and see what exactly is going on. I'm just saying. I want to see what's going on with the Steelers and all that. So 833-212-1017 is the number. Let me say this before we move forward. YouTube chat. I am talking to everyone in the YouTube chat. I am going to ask you, be respectful, be nice, be kind. No snide remarks, I get it, but be respectful. Because if you're not, I'm going to block you. I'm just letting you know now. Be respectful. Be nice. Don't be going back and forth. This is entertainment. All right? Just relax. Have a good time. It's study hall. You know when you went to study hall, you were supposed to study and you never studied. You kicked back and put your feet up and ate popcorn, did nothing. Do that now. Okay? Is that all right? I appreciate it. Can somebody answer me? Okay. Anybody? Look at that, see. Y'all. Y'all tickle me.
Number 5.
This from MilwaukeeRecord.com. The city of Milwaukee has been awarded $8 million in a federal grant to target safety improvements on King Drive and Forest Home. The 2025 Safe Streets and Roads for All implementation grant will be used to reduce speed on both corridors and improve safety for all roadway users, particularly focusing on making streets safer for children. So have you driven up Lisbon Avenue from 100th? It's pretty much a one-lane street. And the only time you get to turn is if you turn at a corner, you're parking in a parking space, or you're making a left or right turn. That's it. Otherwise, you stuck going straight. I'm not mad at them. Now, if there's an emergency, I'm pretty sure the fire department is not going down Lisbon because you can't get by. And if grandma driving, either grandma's driving or somebody's smoking some weed and they driving at 8 miles an hour, you are not getting through. This next story, it just reiterates what I always say. It's always about the money.
Number 4.
The Waupun, Wisconsin, this is from Fox6now.com. The Waupun, Wisconsin Police Department is investigating possible financial discrepancy. I'm done. I'm going home. This is a boomer moment. That has nothing to do with being a boomer. It's talking too fast. Like, what is wrong with you, Zach? Financial discrepancies involving the local nonprofit. So are you making fun of the fact that I have ADHD and I stutter? Is that what I'm hearing, Zach? Is that what I'm hearing? This is a boomer moment. All right. We're going to fight when it's over. You wait right there. You remember, what time do y'all get out of school in elementary school?
2:15.
2:15? What time y'all start?
Fine, 2:45.
Okay, we start at 9 o'clock in Chicago. We got out at 3:15. What time does elementary school start here? Hit me in the talking text line, 833-212-1017, or the YouTube chat. Like, what time does elementary school or middle school start? I don't get it. Low key, Dr. Ken, some days I do question your ADHD. Why would you say that when I actually just agreed with you? You see what I'm saying? You could see how people smack you when you're down. You see how people smack you when you're down. You see that? I'm just saying. You see how people smack you when you're down? They smack you when you're down. Hurt my feelings. That's all right. Anyway, there's a local nonprofit in downtown Waupun called Waupun Downtown Promotions Incorporated. A post on the Waupun Police Department Facebook page says the department received a complaint last November 2025. It revealed the Downtown Promotions Board president may be responsible for, quote, unauthorized financial transactions, and this was suspected to have been occurring for approximately 3 or more years. The post says an investigation was initiated after the banking institution reported concerns regarding financial discrepancies and unauthorized transactions. Detectives conducted an extensive review of bank records, other financial documents, and witness statements spanning several years. As a result, charges were filed by the Dodge County District Attorney's Office against a 47-year-old Waupun woman on January 6. Now, this is a perfect example of, they said probable cause was established for the crimes of theft in a business setting with a total value of approximately $38,947.50. Where's this woman's name? See, this is what I'm talking about, what the media does. White people get arrested. If this had been a black kid, we know the name of a black person that got killed, and it's on the news before they notify the family. I'm being facetious when I say that, of course. Oh, I got it from the coroner. Huh? And this woman, January 6th, today is January 12th. You're just reporting it. If we had got arrested, it would have been reported. The DA charged them on the 6th of January. It's the 12th. The story just made it, and they talking about they dug deeper. You didn't dig deeper to get the woman's name? Oh, you got to click the link in order. Right. See, that's what I'm talking about. It's exactly what I was talking about this morning in my class. What I was talking about in my Dr. Ken's Truth. You and I both know the odds are this person was not black. It was not Hispanic. And I hate to say that. Speaking of black.
Number 3.
From JS Online, a Milwaukee man convicted of attempted homicide after opening fire on police officers in 2024 has been sentenced, as according to online court records. Milwaukee County Reserve Judge John Franke sentenced 27-year-old Harrell Martin to 42 years in prison and 20 years of extended supervision upon release. Martin will have credit for time already served. Martin was convicted of 10 felony counts in November, including 4 counts of attempted first-degree intentional homicide, 4 counts of first-degree recklessly endangering safety, 1 with a domestic abuse modifier, and 2 counts of possession of a firearm by a felon. Martin was initially charged with 7 counts of intentional homicide and 2 counts and 2 domestic violence abuse-related charges, among other charges. How we get here stems from a standoff with the police in 2024 on Milwaukee's northwest side, during which police said 4 children are inside the home. According to the criminal complaint, Milwaukee police received a call the morning of January 2nd, 2024 from a woman who said the father of her children had a gun and was threatening to kill her. Police Chief Jeffrey Norman said Martin shot at responding officers from inside the home, striking 2 officers. 1 officer sustained serious injuries. Standoff lasted 2.5 hours. Norman said the children were eventually released safely, and Martin was taken into custody. The officer who was shot, Don Morell, suffered a fractured femur, thigh bone, and a damaged femoral artery. So when I first read the story, I went, dude, 42 years? Nobody died. So let me do some math. Let me just do some math. So He's 27 years old. And so he probably got credit for what? Maybe a year from being in custody. So let's knock that to a year's worth. So he got 42 years in prison, so he'll spend 41 years in prison. Let me see. He's 27 years old, plus 41 years of being locked up, plus 20 years of supervision when he gets out. So he'll be off paper when he's 88. Let me check one thing. Average lifespan of the average black man. The average life expectancy for black men in the United States varies by data year, but generally hovers around low 70s, showing improvements over time, but still lagging behind white men. The recent estimates around the mid-70s for black men compared to high 70s for white men. 88. Okay. This is a guy who will never be able to vote, ever, for the rest of his life. If he ever voted before, he should hold on to it, because that's the last time.
Number 2.
Rhea talked about this story. Food has now gone from a necessity to a resource. From our sister station, 620 WTMJ, the Aldi grocery store on Hopkins Street near Sherman Boulevard and Custer permanently closed yesterday. The company cited slower foot traffic as a reason for the closure and said all employees were offered a transfer to a nearby store. That comes after multiple pick and save stores closed in the Milwaukee area last year, including 2 in areas that were already considered food deserts. Another grocer in District 1, Sherman Park, we talked about it, Sherman Park Grocery Store has warned of its risk of closing. 2 Aldis remain open in Milwaukee's North Side, 67th and Capitol, and 225 East Capitol. But what if I can't get up there? What if I live on, 22nd and Wells? Then what? Yeah, this is starting to get serious. This is starting to get serious. Speaking of serious.
Number 1.
From WISN.com, she was a mother of a young child and expecting another baby when she died. Her family found her body, and now the late woman's boyfriend is in jail in connection with the case. Michelle Johnson found her daughter's lifeless body Monday night inside a bedroom at the home on 26th and Hadley just before 11:30 p.m. Johnson says she had to force her way into the bedroom after smelling smoke and realized it was unusual that her daughter's boyfriend, and the couple's 3-year-old daughter had gone into the room but not communicated with anyone for hours. It was there, Johnson said, the room was on fire, and Gladys Johnson was not responding. Johnson said the boyfriend ran from the home. He ran out the door 15 minutes before the police came, but he was wrong for taking my daughter's life. The Milwaukee County Medical Examiner ruled the death a homicide, and on Wednesday said she may have sustained traumatic injuries following an assault from her significant other. A review of criminal records through Wisconsin Department of Justice indicated the suspect has no existing criminal history documented in the state. Milwaukee police arrest records indicate officers arrested the boyfriend less than a mile from the scene and less than 30 minutes after the first 911 call. That is unfortunate. That is unfortunate. But he was arrested, and now he will have a jury of his peers, and there will be a trial unless he pleads, and we'll see where this goes. These are the kinds of things that we have to be on the lookout. We need to be upset about. We need to be speaking up about. Not some nonsense in Minnesota because you're mad at the president. 833-212-1017 is the number. Let's get a little lighter. It's been pretty heavy. I want to talk about some stuff. Sherwin was talking about it. You know, he triggered me on multiple levels today. There's some things. Ladies, I know you're going to get mad. I know you're going to get upset. But sometimes it's something about, you know, being with the guys.
Don't touch that dial. More of Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris is next on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Milwaukee business owners, this is your moment. Every Friday at 8 a.m., call in to 101.7 The Truth for What the Business Is. Tell us what your business is, where you're located, and one thing you've learned along the way. What the Business is powered by We Energies, delivering the energy that powers local business. Fridays at 8 a.m. on 101.7 The Truth. Fridays at 8 a.m. on 101.7 The Truth.
My overall experience with Gruber Law Offices has been phenomenal.
The treatment was excellent.
They will be supportive of you. They will listen to you.
It was a great experience knowing that I had people to help me.
I know I could count on them to do what I needed to get done.
Experience with Gruber was great.
They gave me my life back.
It was amazing.
He gets results.
We know how to win. If you've been injured, call Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Gruber Law Offices had my best interests at heart.
The MPS City Conference basketball season is starting to heat up, and we are bringing you all the live hoops action right here on 1017 The Truth. This Friday night, we have a City Conference matchup as the Milwaukee School of Languages Hawks travel to take on the Audubon Tech Cardinals. Tip-off is set for 7 p.m. on the award-winning 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. City Conference basketball is sponsored by Milwaukee Public Schools, MPS Proud, and presented by Gruber Law Offices.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance, because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 10 and 35%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products pricing and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Metastatic breast cancer, or stage 4 breast cancer, happens when cancer spreads beyond the breast to other parts of the body. About 168,000 women are living with it today, with Black women at a higher risk due to various factors. Research has led to treatments that help manage the disease and improve quality of life. The Everyday Counts study explores how nutrition and exercise coaching can support women with metastatic breast cancer. To learn more about the Everyday Counts study in Milwaukee, call 414-955-8819 or email edc@mcw.edu. If you or someone you know has stage 4 breast cancer, please encourage them to call and enroll in this valuable study. Again, call 414-955-8819 or email edc@mcw.edu.
This is Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. Make sure you stream and watch us live on YouTube at 1017thetruth.com. Make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell so you never miss a minute of a live show. And also remember, mark your calendar, Friday, February 20th, second annual Truth Community Awards, hosted by Homer Blow and Bailey Coleman. So make sure you hang out. Tickets are on sale. Visit 1017thetruth.com to learn more. 833-212-1017 is the number. So I got this story that I'm going to talk about before I talk about guys. It was reported that a man living with dementia walked into a casino and, thinking a slot machine was a vending machine, started pressing buttons to get a Dr. Pepper. Instead, he ended up hitting a massive jackpot worth $1.2 million, shocking everyone around him. There's hope for Sherwin. Bruh. It was just out there. I couldn't resist it. 833-212-1017 is the number. All right, y'all need to quit it. Y'all need to quit it. Anyway, 833-212-1017 is the number. So, I don't think I have ever taken a lesson on relationships from Dr. Ken. Maybe you need to. Not really a city girl. Okay, anyway. So, and she's never asked me about it, so I guess I couldn't. She said, what a beautiful blessing in disguise. You all are on something on y'all. So, couple things. Kyle was talking earlier about how he was watching the game and there was a lot of girls around and all that. All of my male cousins were older than me. And the male cousin that's a year older than me, we just got close maybe in the last, right at COVID time or pre-COVID. Well, no, closer, because we knew each other as kids growing up and then. So I've been around women all my life. Grandmother, mother, 2 older sisters, got married, 2 daughters, mother-in-law. It's just ongoing, never-ending sister-in-law, ongoing, never-ending. I got friends who got 2 daughters, 3 daughters. It's just ongoing, never-ending, too many women. So sometimes it's good to just kind of go hang out with the guys. And you know what we do? Guess what we do? Nothing. Now, Kwanda, stop talking that nonsense. That's why you had girls and Kyle will have girls. No. Stop. Bottom line is you can only take so much. It's like, how can I say this without sounding utterly and totally racist? Sometimes you're in spaces so much that sometimes you just want to be around black people. Even when they acting a fool, you just want to be around black people. You just want to hang out. What you doing? Nothing. I'm just going to hang out. I could put in some earbuds, set my earbuds to noise cancellation. I don't hear nothing going on. I'm looking around, making sure ain't no drama happening, but I'm just in a room full of black people. Now, Kwanda, I can't do that because I'm on the radio. Because she just put something in there. And I'm like, no, I can't do that. Can't do it. I would be fired before I could finish my show. But I get what you're saying. That's a long time to wait. Because if Kyle gets married and he hasn't had kids for 10 years, what are we doing? I'm too old. I think I'd be tired of giving you $5. 833-212-1017. I don't have time. But I like it. It's like I like being comfortable. So black people, I'm talking to black people now. Earlier I was talking to white people. Now I'm talking to black people. Stop getting mad at white people who want to hang out with white people and do stuff with white people and I love my race and all. Stop doing that because y'all do it. We do it. And then somebody says, well, it's different. Right. We're racist but can't be racist. They're racist and they are racist. Does that even sound right? I'm just being in the middle. I'm not going either When we come back from break, I'll tell you how I feel about it. But at some point, we have to understand that other people feel just like us. As long as you doing you don't infringe on my life and those who I care about, I'm okay. Believe what you want. Go where you want to go. Do what you want to do. As long as it don't infringe with me. But stop saying other people can't do, but you can because you black, so you can do it. Stop caring about things that have nothing to do with you, but then don't care about the things that happen in your own neighborhood, in your own city. This may very well be the worst year for America and for the city of Milwaukee at the same time. And nobody cares. 833-212-1017 is the number. Poll question of the day. Is Sherwin right about the police? Yes or no? Is Sherwin right about the police? 833-212. Thomas said we could walk and chew gum at the same time. Show me. And now with the last traffic check of the day with 101.7 The Truth Traffic, here's Debbie Lazica.
Southbound on 41, backing up from about Hampton down past Capitol Drive. Not quite to Burleigh, though. On southbound 43, we are seeing delays from just before Fond du Lac Avenue down through the Marquette all the way down to the KK River. Northbound's backed up from Fond du Lac Avenue all the way up to about Locust. Westbound 94, kind of a hefty ride there from 17th Street all the way past Mitchell Boulevard. Eastbound, couple pockets of heavy traffic in Waukesha County passing Calhoun, and then again Moreland Road, and then you're back on the brakes from about 76th Street all the way through to 68th. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight, increasing clouds with a low of 32. Tomorrow, slight chance for rain, partly cloudy skies otherwise, a high of 45. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazica on 101.7 The Truth.
He's the voice for the people and the community's connection to change.
Regroup, rethink, and reshape, and get on the front lines. It's only to your benefit. I always tell people, you helping the overall ideal of a better community, it actually helps you out. It helps you out, it helps your family out. It's time. Do not bring that reactionary attitude into the new year. This is the best time to start fresh. This is the plot. They plot this out, and it's been going on for years. This is normal. This is the way it is. This is where we are right now. It's all buddy-buddy. And if you're not a part of the friend situation, you're not getting in. They don't want nobody getting in and seeing where the messy. That's why I'll never get in. Because they know I'm not going to play around about my community. They know I'm not going to sit in no meetings and see y'all shucking and jiving and sniggling and giggling and not say nothing about it. I'm going to tell you to shut up.
The Tory Lowe Show, weekdays from 1 to 4 p.m. Live on YouTube and right here on 101.7 The Truth.
Hi, I'm Priscilla Presley. My love for animals began when I was 5 years old. That sparked a lifelong commitment to speak up for animals who can't speak for themselves. Elvis and I supported American Humane Society because your compassion can change a life. American Humane Society strengthens the bond between humans and animals. Please visit AmericanHumane.org to learn more. Thank you.
The Humane Animal Welfare Society, HAWS, believes in keeping pets healthy and families together. No one should have to choose between rent and veterinary care. The Wellness Clinic at Hawes Animal Shelter in Waukesha offers important basics of dog and cat care to our community. Pet owners can schedule general exams, sick visits, receive vaccinations, even get preventatives and nail trims. Appointments are available weekdays and can be scheduled by calling 262-542-8852. Contact Hawes of Waukesha today for your pet's care.
I'm Angela Bassett. As a first responder on screen, I know what it means to act fast in an emergency. In real life, the same urgency can save lives, especially when it comes to a food allergy. For 33 million Americans, one bite can turn an ordinary meal into a life-threatening reaction. And too often, they don't have the one thing that could save them, epinephrine. But emergencies don't wait. And when a severe reaction happens, being prepared makes all the difference. Now, there's a needle-free option, a new way to carry epinephrine that makes it easier than ever to be ready. No needles, no hesitation, because when the unexpected happens, the best thing you can do is be ready. Know the risk, know the options. Be ready to act. Learn more at foodallergy.org/ready to act.
This Associated Bank Sports Update on 101.7 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Nazir Spencer. The Packers lose another heartbreaker against their division rivals, the Chicago Bears. Packers lost 31-27 in the wild card while being up 21-3 at one point. Head coach Matt LaFleur was asked if he wants to be the coach moving forward.
I love this place. I love the people. I love our players, the locker room, everybody in our organization. I mean, this is a unique place.
Packers offseason begins now as the Bears move on to host the Los Angeles Rams in the divisional round. The Milwaukee Bucks lose to the Nuggets 108-104 without Nikola Jokic. Doc Rivers after the game.
Think about the layups we missed. I mean, Scoot misses a point-blank layup. Kuz misses a point-blank layup. Those are all in the last 4 minutes.
The next game is tomorrow against the Timberwolves. Badger basketball beats number 2 Michigan in Ann Arbor this weekend, causing shock throughout the national standings. The next game is tomorrow against Minnesota. This Sports Update brought to you by Associated Bank, proudly supporting your hometown teams. Member FDIC.
You are listening to Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 101.7 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Yo, man, me and her got in my jacuzzi, you know what I'm saying? We drank a little champagne, and after that, we took a bubble bath, and then after that, you know what happened, right? Huh.
Does he even sound old enough to be in a jacuzzi having champagne and a bubble bath? 833-212-1017 is the number. Crystal Clear said, I think most people can care about both local and national. Okay. It's important that we care about what's happening nationally when we have See, again, nobody's talking about Trump. Like, it's this weird thing that people have you like hypnotized that everything in the world that's going wrong is because of Trump. And it's not. Like, stop it. He's leaving. He'll be gone. He can't be president anymore. He'll be gone. Like, you have a chance to elect a Democrat. The way y'all acting, we're not going to have a Democratic president for another 20 years. Because y'all acting the fool. Because you're not thinking clearly. You tried this when he ran for office, and he still won. Your tactics don't work. They don't work. And you think saying it? We have a POTUS who thinks he doesn't have to follow the law, any law in the world. Like what? Give me an example of when he didn't follow the law, because then I can show you where the law says the president can do certain things. Just like Obama did, just like Biden did, just like Bush did, just like Clinton did. So understand what it is you're talking about as it relates to the president. There's a supremacy clause in the Constitution that gives broad powers to the federal government. Understand that before you go on your common sense legalese and think something doesn't feel right, therefore it's not, when in fact it's perfectly valid. Now, this nonsense he's trying to do about Greenland and going to help out Iran, I say no. Now, I understand Greenland because Greenland is strategic as it relates to the Soviet Union, submarines, missiles, stuff like that. I get it. Buying it? Absolutely not. We are already $30-something trillion in the hole with a deficit. I don't think we need to be buying anything. But again, where you live is the most important thing you should be spending your time on. Federal law enforcement, federal laws, Supreme Court, president, Congress, all that changes. If you really care about those things, you'll care about the local people that you vote on to send them to those offices. But whether or not you like Donald Trump is too late. He's already president. You should have did that when he was running. It's just weird. It's just weird. Federal government, executive, legislative, and judicial, not just executive. Wow. I didn't know that. Oh, my gosh. You're so smart, Thomas. Yes, I'm being silly. 833-212-1017 is the number. And, of course, B-Brews, Sherwin is 200% right comically about the cops. What does that even mean, comically about the cops? Comically about the cops? And contrary to popular belief, y'all can't chew gum and walk at the same time. Y'all can't even type and laugh at the same time. 833-212-1017 is the number. I'm just reading all the talk and text, and yeah, it's really sad that we don't understand how things work. Thomas said, condescending much? Hey, I'm just matching energy with energy. Hey, if you want to be condescending like you teaching me something, I can be condescending back. That's all. I'm not a passive aggressive person. I'm pretty direct. Poll, is Sherwin right about the police? 55% said yes, 45% said no. I guarantee you they only did that because I said what I said about the police. If I didn't say what I was going to say about the police, they probably would not have said that. That's how silly it is. Does anybody really care? 833-212-10. I'm sorry. I'm just having a great time. I want to say, you know what? Matter of fact, let me go through. See who's all in here. L. Dawson. Hey, what's going on? I see you. Thomas. I don't understand what that even means. Most of the people. That one guy said, Sherwin and Dr. Ken have contributed to my Spotify so much. Did y'all get what happened to my Spotify thing I put in here? I put a keyword in there, and I went to look for it, and I couldn't find it. It's like somebody, okay, Dr. Ken's Music. DrKensMusic. If you just text Dr. Ken's Music, one word, to 833-212-1017, you can get and follow my playlist. Matter of fact, let me double check before I talk to Coley. Let me check my Spotify to see how many of y'all's music. There. Okay. All right. So I only have 16 hours and 13 minutes of music. I got bored. Coley, you're on the award-winning 1017 The Truth.
Hello, Dr. King. I made sure today I called in allowing both criticism and, a fair debate. The last time we talked, you hung up on me.
No, I didn't hang up. I put you on pause. I put you on hold. I didn't hang up on
you. No, brother. The phone hung up.
Well,
I called back.
I didn't do that.
Producer, whoever's your... Oh, okay. We're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. Because that's how I get hung up on.
You.
No, you hung up on me.
I did not hang up on you. I put you on pause. I put you on hold. And I kept talking.
I called your call screener back, and he said it's his show. He can do what he wants.
What did you want to talk about?
Brother, we have to get to the point where we are addressing issues. We got to address the issues. Calling out people, being fair, talking about things, and most importantly, coming up with solutions. That is the number one thing I think you want, and that's what I want.
Okay.
so often I hear you talk, and you're very vague. You know, one time it's like, it's laughing jokes.
Give me an actual example.
Okay, you know, I called you about 4 months ago, and I was talking about property taxes. You told me, so what? I told you, I said, bro, it's getting too high. You said, so what? You got to pay it.
So
those are the things you will tell me.
So was I telling the truth, though? Did I lie?
No, brother, no. You're not addressing the issue.
What's the issue?
When I called that time, I was telling you how my property. You were like, well, and you dismissed the issue.
But I can do that. I can say that's something that's
why? Because it's your show.
No, because I disagree. It's okay to disagree. Like why is that a problem?
No, but you made it.
Stop saying no.
End all.
Stop saying. I didn't make it. Are you serious? I made it the end all, be all to end all. Okay.
Yeah, and you did what you always do.
Which is what?
Hang up the phone.
Always?
Brother, as long as I've called you, that has been. Now, when we were talking about the tow issue, remember you were talking about the brother that was doing it in his license or whatever? And I was trying to bring up the point, like, bro, he's wrong and the customers are wrong. And you were like, no, I ain't got time for this. And you hung up on me. I called your call screener back. I think
you're isolating. I think that you're isolating an argument into.
Brother, you do it all the time.
Okay.
I can see it coming right now. You about to hang up.
But can I finish?
Go ahead.
Because when you call, you're always negative towards me. You're always telling me something I did wrong. You're always
brother, I think you read from a script.
Stop interrupting me because I let you talk. And that's one of the reasons why you get put on hold, because you don't respect people the way you expect them to respect you. When I'm talking, there you go again. When I didn't say a word to you, I let you say everything you wanted to say, whether I agree or not.
Okay.
All I ask you to do is do the same. You've never been positive when you talk to me. You've always called and complained about everything I said. You always tell me everything I do wrong. However, when you isolate an argument only to the part where I put you on hold, you don't take credit and you don't take responsibility like you're telling me to be responsible for everything you said up to that even caused me to put you on hold. Because when I would try to talk to you
on everything I'm saying.
Can I? Okay. Go ahead and finish.
No, I'm giving you. Make your point. I opened up with my point. Make your point.
I'm gonna let you finish.
It's like I said, brother. I think you read from a script.
And what script is that?
I think the challenge.
And what script is that?
I think you dismiss exactly what can be done and what can be the option.
So then why don't you tell me what can be done and what? No. Don't give me an example. Tell me exactly what can be done and what can be the option for.
Let's start when I talked about the taxes.
Okay. I'm talking about. Okay. All right. You want to be right? You're right. Thank you for your call, Coley. Appreciate you. Notice my hands are right here. Thank you for your call. You're not going to say bye? Oh, he hung up. See, my hands are right here. I didn't touch nothing. Al, you're on the award-winning 101.7 The Truth. Help me, Al. I need help, brother. Help.
Well, I just hope everybody's having a wonderful day. But something that boggles me
yes, sir.
About the lady who got shot, and it's a sad case for everybody.
Yes, it is.
I was wondering, where is all the hell at coming from the Republicans? And the reason why I say this, Because anytime it's to black people or illegals, everybody talking about the AR-15, they can blast the whole world down. But then when she gets shot in her face, the first thing they say is what is a mother of 3 kids doing outside? And I'm like, kind of scratching my head like, well, why does that even matter?
Well, it was dumb on both sides, though. You got to admit, Al. It was just stupid on both sides said stupid stuff.
Yeah, and then I'm hearing people blame, or I say, well, why is the ICE agent taking a woman into the bathroom handcuffed? And then they respond as well. Yeah, well, it was this thing where they show a ICE agent taking a woman into a porta potty, and I said, well, why she need assistance? And they said, well, illegals need to use the bathroom. And I said, well, why would a man go in? So what I
time out. Can I try to answer that?
Go for it.
When you arrest people, there's no like gender thing where only a woman can arrest a woman and a man can arrest a man. If you act properly and do things above board, you could take handcuffs off somebody and let them go on a porta potty and use the bathroom, whether they're male or female.
Right, she didn't have her, but she had the handcuffs on.
Well, I'm sure
they right in behind her.
I'm sure he took her handcuffs off. Well, I don't know if they both fit in a porta potty. Come on now.
I know. No, but this is what I seen, and I asked, and they was like, well, illegals. But my thing is, from these people who always talk about illegals and legals, then they'll say, well, my grandmama migrated over here, and I'm like, oh, so it was the Immigration Act that allowed her to come here over the Atlantic. Okay. But then when other people try to do it, then it's wrong. So it's sort of do as I say, not as I do.
Absolutely.
But it's a loophole for them.
Dude,
you know, and
you've been living in America long enough to know that.
And I just don't get it. Or they'll say all these things, or they say, well, gas prices been going down. But I'm like, well, if you went down farther, like gas prices was always low, depending on the gas station you go to, you know. Or they say, well, now we can put more food on the table. Well, if it's 58,000 manufacturing jobs gone, do you really think somebody care about paying low gas to put food on the table? But sometimes it's just the ignorance that I hear, and I be trying to connect the dots, but it doesn't be connected. But I try to come with actual facts so I can get their understanding, but they'll go deep off the deep end. But then when you bring up racism, oh, well, but okay, you bring up racism, but you mess with black men. I just don't get it. But anyway, I just wanted to share that information because you can talk about both sides, but if you're going to talk about one side, talk about the same side you voted for, because the person brought up this stuff about this, but they said God is doing his work. There's nothing in no Bible that talks about hate being okay.
That's right.
And I asked for the Bible scripture. That's all. Because I thought God would say, love thy neighbor. I didn't hear nothing him say, hate your neighbor and go to church on Sunday. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
The MPS City Conference basketball season is starting to heat up, and we are bringing you all the live hoops action right here on 101.7 The Truth. This Friday night, we have a City Conference matchup as the Milwaukee School of Languages Hawks travel to take on the Audubon Tech Cardinals. Tip-off is set for 7 p.m. on the award-winning 101.7 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. City Conference basketball is sponsored by Milwaukee Public Schools, MPS Proud, and presented by Gruber Law Offices.
Wisconsin winters can be tough, and so are higher energy bills. The Community Advocates Milwaukee County Energy Assistance Program is ready to help you. Eligible Milwaukee County residents can receive help with their energy bills and weatherization benefits to keep you warm and help you manage your heating and electric bills. Schedule your personal appointment at keepwarmmke.org or call 414-270-4653. For more details about locations and hours of operation, go to communityadvocates.net. This program is administered by the State of Wisconsin Department of Administration.
When you're high, you feel different. Pretty obvious, right? You think different, talk different, but if you feel different, you drive different. So if you're high, just don't drive. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Happy kids heal faster, and that's why Starlight is dedicated to improving the mental well-being of sick kids across the U.S. Learn how at starlight.org.
Seriously injured? Make one call. That's all.
So I'm looking at the video where they said the ICE agent brought a woman in handcuffs. I think that might have been a man with long hair. Or are people just sexist? I don't know. It's been a long day. And no, this was not Pop-Off Monday. Okay, it was Pop-Off Monday. I'm just saying. I want to thank everybody. Thanks, Sherwin. Caused a lot of trouble today, Sherwin. Love you, bruh. $2.18 for gas at Sam's Club. You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. Tori Lowe Show's coming up next. Have a great evening. Is Sherwin right about the police? 50% said yes and 50% said no. That means I win because it's my show. So there you go. And then people ask dumb questions at the end, and I just don't answer them because I got better things to do. Thank you so much. God bless. Take care. Love all y'all. Hit us on tomorrow. Come on back to Study Hall. Quanda and SC got it on lockdown, so everything's going great. Hey, not really a city girl. God bless. Take care. Am I talking too long? Okay. I'm out.
Be quiet.